So do you still support Peter Dutton's pause on Gazan refugees coming here?
Absolutely. The coalition supports Peter Dutton when he called for that pause, because we were deeply concerned about the level of security checks which were taking place. It was unprecedented that people were coming from a war zone governed by a listed terrorist organisation on tourist visas.
Okay.
That was unprecedented. Now we've seen the mess that it's making.
Sorry, Dan. Yeah, so what if someone wants to come here who has shown no sympathy for Hamas, who has just maybe said in the past that they just want Palestinian statehood? Would that pause still apply to them, or would you be okay with accepting them to come here?
Well, obviously, what would need to happen is you would need to go through a proper process. There would need to be proper security checks, and the government would have to be able to assure the Australian people that they are following a proper process, like we did when it came to Afghanistan, like we did when it came to Syria. Yet we're seeing nothing of the like from the government. As a matter of fact, we've got a Prime Minister who cannot answer a simple question as to whether support for Hamas should allow you to come here or shouldn't. And you've got to remember, Pete, overnight we've heard from the former head of MI6 who's raised a deep concern that Iran could try to put sleeper agents into Palestinians who came here who hadn't had proper security checks done. This is a serious national security issue, and we've got to hear from the Prime Minister today about what is his position on it.
I mean, in the past, Andrew Hastie, he was among those who said he couldn't support the comments by Burgess that related to rhetorical support and that question of rhetorical support. Do you think Mr Burgess's words have been twisted in this whole debate?
Well, it's quite clear that Mr Burgess has come out and clarified his position. But we said all along, it's up to the government to set the direction on this. It's up to the Prime Minister to set the direction on this. The Prime Minister, sadly, is showing at every turn just a weakness which we haven't seen from a Prime Minister in this country for decades. Now, he has a chance today to come out and clarify his position. As I said, in the Parliament, he was asked these questions twice about did he support people coming here who had sympathies for Hamas. He couldn't answer the question. He has to answer that today. This isn't about Mike Burgess. This is about the leader of our country.
OK. You raised this, but we'll close here. 300 Palestinians have claimed asylum in Australia in 2 months. At least 749, this is according to Home Affairs, have applied for protection visas since October 7. Have you any queries over checks here?
Absolutely. We don't know whether every person who has claimed asylum has had the proper security checks done. We need to hear again from the Prime Minister on this. I mean, we knew as soon as they were using tourist visas that this was likely to come. Those people fleeing Gaza now are second on the list of those seeking to claim asylum here in Australia. They weren't even on the list 6-7 months ago. We knew that this would happen as soon as you use tourist visas. And so now the Prime Minister needs to come out and clarify, given the mess that they've made of how they've handled this situation, can he guarantee that all those people have now had the proper security checks undertaken?
OK. We will leave it there. Dan, Tehan, appreciate your time as always, though. Thank you. We'll talk to you again soon.